one, and we're round, ladies and
Action.
gentlemen. This is great because this is season 5. You know what? I know you're gonna laugh, Deval, but look, listen,
Right.
don't laugh, folks. I know you're gonna laugh.
Right.
Listen, I've got a naming thing that I'm doing right with all
Oh
these
yeah.
episodes. So
Yeah.
we're on season 5 because this is our 5th year. Because so 4 years we've done,
Oh, is
right? We,
it? Okay. Yeah, that's
we've done
cool.
4 years. This is
Mm.
season 5, folks. This is episode 191, season 5 for the Flixters. And listen, obviously we're going to be speaking about, a lot of there's a lot of 80s. I'm gonna kind of a bit of an
Yeah.
80s vibe in this episode, Devaldo,
That was
because obviously
that was our sort of, I guess, childhood, isn't it? That's where we realized ourselves in the 80s, you know?
in the
So,
all those
you know.
classic movies, and Top Gun, obviously one of those big movies from the 80s. We're going to be speaking about Top Gun Maverick.
Yep.
But listen, that's not the only thing, Deval. We've got so many trailers that we want to speak about. Loads
More
of TV
trailers than a
shows.
trailer park. Ain't that
Trust
right?
me.
Huh? Ain't that
We've
right?
got
Like, what's the name? Ruth Langmore.
from
Ozark.
oh man, what a show! If you haven't seen it, if you seriously, you don't know what you're missing.
Mm.
Um, but listen, we're not going to be speaking about that. We're going to be speaking about trailers. We're going to say TV shows that we've
Mhm.
obviously been watching. You know, Top Gun. But
Yep.
listen, before any of all that stuff, let's do. What should we do?
Shout outs.
Shout
And
outs.
competition as well. Yeah, so shout outs first. Two shout outs. Our first one goes out to Samantha. And
Love that.
Samantha listened to the show just the other day and made a comment saying that she loved the review of
Wicked.
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So she
Oh,
literally just watched it. She loved the film and loved the review even more. So thank you,
thank you,
Samantha,
Samantha.
for listening. Next shout out goes out to Ciel Noir 3. Ciel Noir 3. Again, massive friend of the show. Go check out her page on Instagram. Like I say, really positive, well-being, health, lifestyle, all that kind of stuff. Just a real positive person. So go check out her page on Instagram. She gave us a little shout out when we posted about Star Wars Andor trailers out.
Yes,
So
I
we'll
didn't
talk
even
about
know
that
about that one
later.
as well. Yeah, we'll speak about that
Exactly.
one.
And then
All right, let's.
competition.
Yeah,
One
sorry, go
last
on,
thing.
competition.
Okay, competition is write a review. Write what you think of the show, and we will send you the passwords and username for Now TV, which is a free movie streaming service. Unfortunately, it's just for the UK. So all our international crowd, I'm sorry. Next time we'll get you something that you can enjoy. But for
Yeah,
now, Now TV is the prize. So yeah, write us a review. Let us know where it is, and you'll get that prize.
exactly.
There you go. Off
We're
to you,
we're
man.
we're we're actually dealing with sponsorships right now. We like Disney, Netflix,
Yeah,
Amazon, all those
yeah,
guys. They're knocking on our doors.
yeah. Knocking on the door with it right now. Was
Yeah.
that a bailiff? Yeah. Someone.
Oh shit. But listen, thank you so much for for kind of keeping dialogue with us on
Yeah,
Instagram. You could do that on Twitter as well,
yeah,
but mainly Instagram. Get us on Instagram. We're there all the time.
yeah.
Let's move on to movie news now, Devaldo. So there's been a lot of crazy announcements going on, and we're going to speak about the Star Wars stuff in a bit. But
Hmm.
listen, Sony, you can't forget Sony, man. Come on, they're like, they're a big major film studio. They make movies, behind some big movies. But tell us about this because this is going to blow the hinges off a lot of stuff, Devaldo. Tell us about this announcement?
Yeah, so the announcement was made just a few days ago, and it
Mm,
is that Sony have announced a three-movie deal with Tom Holland, and this is a Spider-Man three-movie deal. So he's on a return in another trilogy
wow.
as Spider-Man. So I mean, everyone loves him as Spider-Man. His
Yeah.
trilogy progressively got better and better. So I'm not surprised that there's going to be another trilogy while he's still young. I think they want to
Yeah.
really strike while he's got the youth and the ability to jump around and do flips. So expect to see him returning to the screens. I reckon sometime soon. So far, Sony have been really quick putting out these movies. 2017, 2019, 2021. Who
Oh,
knows if
wow. So
maybe
it's every
2020,
2 years.
yeah, 2023, maybe 2024, maybe we'll get another Spider-Man movie. So watch the space.
Yeah. Defo, that's going to be great. And we kind of knew. Now, here's the thing, Devout. I mean, what about his payday for this? He is going to be breaking. He's going to be one of the big stars now in the MCU, right?
Yeah, he's making. I'm not sure what the actual figures are, but I know from the first movie he made a modest amount, which for him
Mm.
is for the mere, the mere mortal,
Mere
is
mortals, yeah,
great. But yeah, he's going to be having some major pull power. His agent is going to be drawing out a contract where he's going to be making, front end money, back end money. It's going to be coming out of all ends, literally.
all
So
ends.
he's literally going to be, because some of these stars, once they got enough power, they can get
Yeah,
an initial fee, but they can
yeah,
also get a percentage of the box office,
yes,
which
yeah.
famously, I think
Robert Downey
Harrison
Jr.
Ford has done, Robert Downey Jr. has
Yeah,
done. That's where you make the big bucks. That's where you've got massive star power. So he could be the next Robert Downey Jr. of the Sony sort of Marvel verse.
yeah.
So
I hope
yeah,
there was something about one of the bigwigs at Sony. They were a bit concerned about him dating Zendaya, and I can see the point because if behind the scenes
yeah,
something happened between those two, and then what happens to that on-screen chemistry, like between
yeah.
those two characters, it could mess things up. But listen, hey, look,
You'll have to get
what they
Doctor Strange to come and make everyone forget. Be like, you've forgotten you were dating. You forgot what he did when you came home and found him in bed with Taylor Swift.
oh
Can you
shit.
imagine?
Trust me, man. So listen, yeah. So any more news on that one, we will definitely let you know on it. Now let's get on to Star Wars. Now there was
Yeah,
this whole big celebration going on, and
massive.
Emmanuel he sent the link, and I didn't know it was going on, and I was like, shit, where was my invitation? But listen, it was there online. You
Yeah.
could go and watch it. And here's the thing, Devaldo, they showed some stuff that was only viewable, but from
Mm.
by the people who were actually there if you had a ticket. So there was still some things that we that we don't know about, and one of them which I've got, if you just kind of bear with me a little second over here, um if you
No
can kind of fill in the
problemo.
gaps.
What you mean, the new announcement or the trailers
The new announcement,
of the new show that's coming out?
yeah,
Ah, well, the Skeleton Crew.
there's that, but
Oh,
apparently they showed a sneak peek of Mandalorian season
oh
3,
yes, yeah, I heard. Yeah. I heard about that. Yeah, yeah.
which
That I
is
mean,
like, and obviously we didn't get to see that because we didn't
mm,
have tickets to the event, but imagine all those
we got
people there. But listen, what
yeah,
tell us about this whole Star Wars celebration thing. Go on.
yeah. So I mean, we were going to talk about the trailers a bit later, but I think maybe we'll just talk about it now while we're here in
Yeah,
the Star Wars,
yeah.
mode. The first thing that they mentioned, or one of the things that they mentioned, was a new show coming out called The Skeleton Crew.
Mm.
And this is a new show. You remember a while ago we mentioned what's his name, Spider-Man director.
Doing
Uh,
a spin-off show.
yes, a Disney coming of age Star
Yeah,
Wars show. This is the
yeah.
one. Was his name? Is his
Ah,
name? What's his name? It's Webb, isn't
John
it?
Watts. John
John Watts.
Watts.
Sorry, yeah, John Watts. Yeah, so the Spider-Man director, John Watts, he's going to be part of this show on Disney Plus. So it's going to be a coming of age show of some young people who find themselves lost in a galaxy far away. And then
Mm.
obviously they've got to find themselves. It's meant to be really good. Jude Law is also starring in this show.
Yeah.
So it's looking like a really, I mean, come on, John Watts, Spider-Man. Look what he done with that. He's
Of
now,
course.
he's still getting that Disney money, and now he's fully on board with Marvel. You can expect him in the future to maybe direct an Avengers movie. Who knows? But
Oh
yeah, so
yeah.
that's one thing that's happening. Next, we saw the trailer for Andor
Andor, man. I totally
with
forgot about
Guile.
this.
No, he's the actor. What's his name again?
No, it's not Gael. It's
I get it mixed up sometimes. Oh, Luna, Diego Luna, isn't it?
Diego Luna. That's it.
Diego Luna, that's the one. Yeah.
Diego
So,
Luna. Yes.
oh man, I mean, we saw him in Star
Rogue.
Wars Rogue One, really good film, and now we're getting his story, Andor. I mean, the trailer looked decent. What did you think of the trailer?
Man, it didn't. You know what? There's so many. I'm glad that they didn't like give away plot details. It just kind of gives us just
Yeah,
teases of
tease.
what's
Yeah,
to come. But there's kind of like images of him as a kid, and like
yeah,
he's going through kind of like obviously the Republic is there, and there's all these
mm,
obviously all the villains are there and everything, and then he grows up to become this kind of rebel outlaw kind of a
yeah,
guy. Mandalorian vibes going along there as well. But yeah, man, it looks great. This is what we want, though,
yeah.
don't we? This is what we want from Star Wars.
It's what we want, man. Something different, something a bit
Mm,
darker, a bit, not knowing if they're goody or baddie. We like that, you know.
yeah,
The
yeah.
next thing they showed us at Star Wars Celebration was Willow, and this is a
Yes.
TV show carrying on from the movie that came out. Was that 80s as well? That was
Mate,
80s,
that was
wasn't it?
80s as well, believe it or
Come on,
not.
man, 80s. So it's
This
gonna have the original guy that was in it. What's
yeah,
his name again?
Warwick Davis.
Warwick Davis, yeah. So he was in Star Wars, he was in Willow, and he's returning to Willow now with a whole new, cast. Again, they're going to go in new adventures. The trailer
Yeah,
again was a bit of a teaser. They showed us a few new
yeah,
characters and just a bit of a snippet as to the sort of adventures they're going to go on. It
yeah.
looks like it is very much playing on the 80s theme of
Big
practical
time.
effects.
Yeah,
And it kind of looks, grounded in that way. So
yeah.
a lot of the, and again, Willow was George Lucas, no? Or
That is, yeah, he's George Lucas. He was
yeah,
behind that. And that, I think that one's coming out in November, but just going back,
yeah,
Andor, that's coming out in August. So
August, yeah, yeah, exactly.
it's it's
So
kind of like,
August, we're gonna
nice.
have,
It's
hold on, August, we're gonna have Hulk, She-Hulk, and
and
yeah,
Andor.
She-Hulk and Andor, mate. Come on now,
I'm telling you, man, it's going to be great.
come on.
And also, apparently, I didn't see a trailer for this or anything like that, but apparently they showed a few things about Indiana Jones Part 5 as well.
Yeah, Harrison Ford turned up there. They did a bit of a speech. John Williams played the orchestra, all that kind of stuff.
Mm,
There's a lot going on with Star Wars right now, and Disney look like they're going to be printing a lot of money.
yeah,
Print.
that Indiana Jones movie, by the way, is directed by the guy who directed Logan, and
Oh,
it stars Mads Mikkelsen, Antonio Banderas, and Phoebe Waller-Bridge. And isn't she from? She's from England, isn't
yeah,
she?
yeah. People got high. They talk really highly of her. She's a good. She's a writer as well.
Yeah, she
She
wrote James Bond recently.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so she's done a lot. So yeah, that's a good cast. That's a good
Yeah.
cast. That's a good cast. So
So a lot of stuff going on
decent.
in the Star Wars universe.
Yep,
Sorry,
defo.
what were you going
Looking
to say?
looking
Were you going to add? You going to say something?
No, I just gonna say, looking forward to it. It's just a decent, I just hope it isn't going to be too much Star Wars and Star Wars overload. I hope the quality isn't
Yeah,
going to be diminished. But looking at who's involved and the people that are the creative team behind it,
yeah.
John Favreau and Dave Filoni, I think it
Filoni.
should be all right. It should
Yeah.
be all right.
Your mate. Remember you mentioned your mate a couple of times. He's a big Star Wars guy. Do you remember one of your friends?
Oh yes,
He's
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is he excited about it all or what? Or
Very much excited, very much. If Star Wars people are, you don't mess with those people. A bit like Star Trek, you
yeah,
don't get them mixed up, and you don't disrespect, their hustle. And
don't get them mixed up. That's so true.
yeah, don't. It's like getting
Don't
Australians and New Zealanders mixed up.
trust me,
It's
man.
certain people you just don't get mixed up. Don't get them mixed up.
Don't. Listen, go check it out, and yeah, and let us know what you're looking forward to on Instagram. Is there a particular show that you really really want to watch? Like Willow, I'm looking forward to that one. Obviously, Andor. So yeah, let us know
Yeah.
about that. Now listen, on to this one, Horizon
Mm,
Zero Dawn. I mean, you
mhm.
can't get more kind of these titles devoured. Horizon
Yeah.
Zero Dawn.
So Horizon Zero Dawn is a PlayStation game, and this is a game about. It's a bit of a weird one. It's almost like back in
Is
the
it
days, and
zombies?
it looks prehistoric, as in the sort of environment, the landscape. But there's also
Yeah,
machinery and robots, and like animals are part machine, and it's a bit of a weird game. It's one of those adventure games. Basically, this game has been really successful over the past few years on PlayStation. Now it's
yeah,
coming to Netflix as a
wow,
series. So we've seen Halo has been released.
yeah,
These computer games are transitioning quite well to the
yeah.
small screen.
The
The
Last of Us is going to
Netflix
be coming.
Last of Us with Mandalorian's going to be in that.
Yeah.
Uh, what's that one? Resident Evil's coming out to Netflix
Yeah.
soon. This is coming out real soon, so this looks decent. Not much to say about it now, but look out for Horizon Zero Dawn pretty soon.
A lot of these companies, man, they're doubling down on the
Mm.
gaming,
Yep,
connected to the kind of games and stuff.
yep.
So yes,
Do you know
just
why?
expect more of that.
It brings a ready-made audience. Just imagine that. People that
Yeah.
are already there, that fan base, just
They're
hustles
gonna flock to it.
across.
Yeah,
Exactly.
man.
Come on.
Trust me. Yeah. All right, let's speak about this now. Namor. And Deval, we've spoken about Namor. We've kind of
Mm,
he's the conversations that we've had about Namor is that okay, could they have referenced him already in the MCU with that scene in Infinity War? Um, there was a disturbance. Remember when
yeah,
um,
under
who
the
was it who
water.
says that in the
It was
water? There was a disturbance in the
Okoye.
water.
She said,
Okoye.
there's an underwater earthquake. And then
Yeah.
Romanov said, "Okay, you dealing with it?" She said, "No, we are dealing with it how we deal with all underwater earthquakes by not dealing with it," kind of thing.
So a lot of people were like, no, at the MCU, they just referenced like, this underwater thing going on. It could be,
Yeah,
Namor and everything.
yeah.
We've kind of spoken a bit around the character, but listen, is he going to be appearing in the MCU? Like, that's all I want to know.
See, see.
See, okay,
I
go
said
for
that
it.
on purpose because the Namor mythology, the Namor origins are now going to be changing. Yes, see, cambiar. So,
This guy, I love it.
cambiar. So,
Cambiar.
as we heard before, Tenoch Huerta, who
Yeah,
was from Narcos,
yeah,
he's going to be playing Namor. But
yeah.
now the origins of Namor is not going to be of a submariner, like an Aquaman type character. He's now going to be deriving from the ancient Mexican origins of the
Oh,
what are they called? I know South America, you got Incas in South America, and
yeah.
then in
Mayans.
my yeah, that kind of I'm not sure if it's exactly Mayans, but it's
Yeah.
that kind of history. So they're
Right, right,
linking
right.
Namor to that kind of history, and they're
Okay.
saying that back in the day, that that landscape was maybe more submerged, and now they
Mm,
were land dwelling people. So now they're changing it. So he's going to be, I guess, a Spanish native speaker as he
yeah,
is in real life,
yeah,
and they're going to weave his origins in slightly different. But it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be more worldly, more acceptable.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
I bet you,
it's
no,
good.
I totally agree with that. Totally agree with that. And I bet you there will be a section of kind of fans who'll be like, oh, how can they
Yeah,
go
oh,
ahead and
yeah,
kind of like,
yeah,
oh, man,
yeah,
you always
yeah,
get that shit. Like,
yeah.
that's always going to happen. But
We've got
remember, folks,
one Aquaman already. We don't need another Aquaman, do we? I mean, come on.
yeah, exactly. And it's like, they have to kind of fit in, they have to kind of change things around from the comic books. They don't have things exactly the same. So, yeah. But listen, so Black Panther 2, that's coming out this year.
Yeah, November. Looking forward to it. 6 months time. I mean, come on, the trailer. We'll probably get a trailer in the next couple of months after Thor: Love and Thunder's come out, I reckon. So, yeah, it's going to be good. Good
It's,
times.
it's going to be great. Okay, so keep it locked with the Flixers. We're going to be bringing you all of that. But listen, we're going to finish off our movie news on a sad note,
Mm,
unfortunately. So rest in peace, actor Ray Liotta. He died age 67. And 67, man, to me, I
mm.
mean, that's just
That's not
still
old.
like, it's just,
That's not
man,
old.
it's not old at all. But listen, man, Ray Liotta, this guy, do you remember Deval? Okay, now obviously we know about the films that he's been in, but do you remember? Was it Carlsberg? Was
Do
it the
you
Carlsberg
remember? Oh,
21st night? Do you remember the Carlsberg adverts that he did in the UK?
no, I don't actually know.
Oh, he
Mm.
plays a nutter. He plays a psycho in these Carlsberg adverts. Okay, I'm going to hunt them
Yeah,
down and I'm going to send a link to you. But anyway, listen, look, radio, obviously, Field of Dreams. He was in
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas, man. That was the kind of his
Mm.
breakout performance. I think for me, was it? Would you say
Yeah,
breakout? I
yeah.
don't
No,
remember him.
yeah, exactly.
Major
Revolver,
role.
he was in. He also
Yes,
was in The Many Saints of Newark, the recent sort of prequel to
which I never got to see.
Me Too. Yeah, never got to see it to
Yeah,
Sopranos, so he was in that as
yeah,
well. But yeah, he went in his sleep. I mean, no better way to go,
yeah,
if you
man.
are going to go. So I guess he lived a good life, and yeah, he done well. So may he
Yeah,
rest
I'll
in
have
peace.
to. May you rest in peace. And then I've got to try and watch Field of Dreams again. I really, really
Mm,
liked watching that movie back in the 90s.
okay.
All right, okay. Listen, so new on streaming. We've got a ton of stuff that we
Mm,
want to speak about. And Devaldo, seriously, Apple Plus.
mm.
We joked about this, didn't we? Maybe about a year ago. We were like, Apple Plus. This is a bit
Yeah,
of a joke,
yeah,
man. They are they're becoming quite decent with the offerings that they're providing. I watched
yeah.
Severance. I watched this thing called The After Party, which was funny. I
Mm,
watched this comedy
yep.
show called Schmigadoon. I'm not sure if you've heard of that one. It's
Nope.
crazy. It's crazy. But recently, I have been watching We Crashed and Shining Girls, and I'm going to briefly just speak about We Crashed first. We
Okay.
Crashed is the real life story of Adam Newman. He is the founder of. Do you remember WeWork?
No.
Do you remember the place, the office space where you can go? You had like a membership. You can go locations around the world, and you can basically just work in an office space.
Nope.
But these office spaces had like, I don't know, like indoor like football. They had like, table tennis. They had like bars. They had like all this entertainment shit going on, right?
Mm.
The guy behind this massive billion-dollar company was this guy called Adam Newman. And this program charts the rise, the fall, and depending on who you kind of who you believe, the kind of rise again. But this guy was responsible for this company of taking it from zero to worth $47 billion,
Wow.
but then crashing the whole thing, right? Famously crashing the whole thing, and he walked away with like about $500 million from the whole thing. It is
Is
absolutely
it
crazy. It stars
rug pull? Was it a rug pull?
basically a bit of a rug pull, yeah, going on in there. So it stars Jared Leto. He plays Adam Newman. It stars what's the name? Who's Anne Hathaway as his
Okay.
wife,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
who is actually first cousin with Gwyneth Paltrow in real life.
Is it?
They reference
Didn't know
Gwyneth
that.
Paltrow. Yeah, they reference Gwyneth Paltrow so much in the show. It's unbelievable. But listen, the show is funny. It's got all the drama. It's got all the kind of crazy bits behind the scenes of this massive startup company, how it all began, the unbelievable story about how this guy was burning through Devaldo $1.5 million a day. The
Mm,
company wasn't even making a profit. The company wasn't even making a profit. How he got investors to give him like billions and billions and billions of money, and then he
mm,
just the way he just screwed the company up, and then by the end of it, he was left with whatever. I don't want to spoil it, but if you can watch it, it's
mm.
really good. The other show that I've been watching is this thing called Shining Girls, and man,
Oh, I want to watch that. I want to watch it.
Devaldo, just please watch this
Elizabeth
show.
Moss, yeah.
Elizabeth Moss,
Elizabeth Moss.
she's
She's
brilliant.
gangster. She's gangster. Yeah. I need to watch this. I need to watch it.
All I'm going to say is if you're fans of Zodiac, if you're
Yeah.
fans of Seven,
Ah.
if you're fans of time travel,
Time travel. Time
yes,
travel.
time
I didn't know
travel,
that.
Devaldo,
Oh
time
shit.
travel, mate. Listen. I was
Chronos.
time crimes. I'm telling you,
Oh.
man. This is you have to watch this show.
Oh.
There's only one episode left because you know what the thing with Apple Plus, they release them every Friday.
How many is it altogether? How many
It's eight
episodes?
eight
Eight.
episodes, and you can watch
What,
7 right
what have I
now,
been
and then you
doing?
yeah, you
Oh,
got
mate.
you got to wait. You got to wait until next Friday for the 8th episode. But listen, watch it. Just forget everything and
Shit.
watch it.
I'm gonna take a bite out of that apple. I need to. Mm,
Do it. Do it. Trust me. And then the other big thing is on Disney Plus,
mm.
Devaldo. This
Yeah.
is Obi-Wan Kenobi. The 2
Yep.
episodes are out there. I've seen them. And you know what? Yeah, it's interesting. It's
I'm gonna
good. I
come out and
mean,
say it. I'm gonna come out and say it. I'm the same with you. I think it's good. It's
yeah.
interesting. It's a bit slow, but I can live
Yes.
with that. But there's one character that gets on my flipping nerves.
What?
Yeah,
What?
the little Layla girl, Layla,
Oh my God.
Leia.
She's so annoying.
She's annoying. And why can no one catch her? She's not Usain Bolt. This girl is running around and no one can catch her. Come on, someone
Everyone's
just
jogging.
drapes her up and say, "You come here." Like she, she- she's getting on my nerves. When she was in the woods, yeah, and
Oh
then she
my
ran.
gosh.
I'm like, why did they let her run for? Okay, obviously you got to
These
build
are
drama.
assassins.
They cannot catch her. Big grown men cannot catch. And she's meant to be 10. She doesn't look 10. It's meant to be 10 years later. She looks
Oh
about
my.
6.
6 years old. I
She's
know.
not 10.
Trust me.
She's a
No,
very small 10, but I don't know,
exactly.
man. Apart from
That
that, it's interesting, you know?
it's interesting. Yeah, we'll wait and see because you know what they do with these Star Wars shows, apart from Mandalorian, what they do with Boba Fett.
Mm.
Remember, they kind of got better as the episodes went on.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
when it gets
yeah,
to around about
yeah,
episode 4 and 5, I
yeah,
reckon we're gonna really get
yeah.
into it.
I'm liking the
I mean,
Inquisitors. The Inquisitors, the sister one, she
oh,
seems like a deep
she's
character. She just
badass.
chopped off the person's arm because
Oh,
they wouldn't give her information. She's gangster.
she's mad.
That's how you should be. And then we saw one of the Boba Fett people, Tamura Robinson. Is that his name?
Yeah, he's there
He's there as Rex, or as the one of the
as the
clones.
yes,
Because
because remember he
yeah,
says,
we
"Have you
saw
got some
him.
coins?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
that
thought
was
maybe
him. So
does
that
he
was
know? He
him.
doesn't know him, maybe, but because I guess all the clones got the same face. That's why when Obi-Wan saw him, he recognized the face because they've all got the same face,
Face.
but it's a
Yeah.
different person.
It's a different, yeah, it needs one. So,
Yeah,
so there's all these little things. So, I thought that the Grand Inquisitor, I thought they dealt with him like really quick. I thought
yeah,
he
he
was
was
going to have like a
yeah,
bigger role.
he was dealt with. He wasn't very grand, was he? He got dealt with.
Man, I was like, shit.
She ain't
But then that
ramping.
just shows you. But then that just shows you how much of a badass that she's going to be.
Yeah, she ain't messing, man. She just chop first, ask questions later.
Exactly. And then
She's
there's
like a
the whole
butcher.
the guy Kang, Sung Kang from Fast and Furious. He's the other one.
Who? Who?
You know, from Fast and Furious.
Oh, is that him?
That's
Oh
him.
shit! Yeah. Okay.
I
Okay.
couldn't
Okay.
recognize who it was first. And I
Yeah,
was like,
that's
who is this
him.
guy? I thought it was
Oh, of
Wong. I thought it was
course.
Benedict Wong first.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I know. Yeah. Okay, that's him. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's got obviously he's in there as well. So yeah, all I'm gonna say is like it's only been 2 episodes. They're gonna be dropping them every Wednesday. Let's see how kind of the next episode 3 and 4 go. But yeah,
Mm.
we'll see. We're gonna kind of be there watching this. And then the other thing that's out, which I haven't seen, Devaldo, maybe you have, I don't know, but this is Stranger Things.
I've seen the first episode of season
And
4. It seems very, very much more scary and much more horror than I've ever seen it. It
okay,
looks like
good.
there's a part of it that's a blatant horror film, and it's not for kids. This is 15. This ain't for kids. From what I've
No,
seen so far. And another
but they don't
thing
look like
that
kids now.
I was just gonna say it. You took the words out of my mouth. These are adults now. Millie Bobby Brown, she's a woman now. She's got her lady
Oh my,
bits. The
wow.
boys. You know the first boy that
The
got lost
deep
in the
voice,
sun. He's got. He sounds like Barry White, and you see he's got like. You can see he's got like little. His
stumble.
face is not stubble, but he's just got his face. He's going through hormones.
Oh
Like he's
shit.
not a boy. This is meant to be a year after what we saw last time. All these
Yeah,
people, the brother, I
yeah,
forgot his name, the brother one,
yeah,
he
good.
is he's a little man now, yeah. His
Giant,
face,
yeah, basically, yeah.
and then the other guy, the lanky kind of one, who's boyfriend and girlfriend with 11, he is he's taller. He's just they're all growing
They're
up. That's
just
all I
all
can say.
guys, yeah. And then what
All
about the
growing up.
guys? And what about the other? There's that British actor in it as well.
They look the same. They're the only
Oh
ones that look the
god,
same because they were already adults.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
it's just it. All I can say is it looks like it's going to be crazy. It's very much
Mm,
horror. I've seen one
yeah.
episode so far. I'm going to see the rest. An episode is an hour and 20 minutes. All the episodes are an hour plus. These
So
are
this
mini
is
movies. Mini movies
so
you're getting.
so this is the final series, right? There's no more after this.
There's a second part. I think there's part two to come.
Oh,
I think. I think there's a part two. Yeah, this is part one. Part two's to come as well. So
damn. So they're splitting it up.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, listen. Yeah, I'm going to obviously check it out. So if you can, folks, go check it out yourself. Let us
Yeah.
know what you think about that. All right. Now let's move on to trailers. Again, we've got loads. So
Yeah.
listen, July the 9th, mark that date in your calendar because Thor Love and Thunder is going to be dropping. They've also dropped hang on, it's
Mm.
another trailer, isn't it? It's a new
Another
trailer.
trailer. It's another one. This one's got a bit more juice
I'm
in
not,
it.
I'm not seeing it. I'm not watching
You
it.
know what? I wasn't going to watch it, and something said to me, "Do you know what? I'm not actually bothered anymore." There's certain
Right.
films, like usually with Marvel, I don't watch the second and third trailer, but with
Mm,
this one, I just went ahead and did it, and it
yeah.
gives you a lot more juice. You get to see Jane Foster in her full glory. You get to see
Yeah.
Zeus speaks. You get to see Gore the God Butcher in his full
Oh,
glory.
actually, maybe I do want to watch
Uh,
it then.
No, don't watch it. If you ain't seen it, don't. Stay away from it.
Okay.
It'd be a nice surprise for you.
Yeah.
But then in the background, you get to see a few things. Living Tribunal's there. Death, Lady Death is there. You get to see
Wow.
Eternity. These are statues. I'm not spoiling it too much. They're
Oh, right. Okay.
statues.
Yeah.
But you get to see these figures that are they're like the sort of multiversal top
Mm,
level gangsters in Marvel. If they're starting to pop up, you're hearing their names, now you're seeing their faces. What's going to happen next? All I can say is this trailer, don't watch another trailer after this one, but this film's looking like, again, lots of comedy. Some people
yeah,
say it's too much.
yeah.
Is what it is, but this
Because
looks
it's Taika.
interesting.
It's Taika Waititi. That's
Yes,
what you
yeah,
get with him,
exactly.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But it looks
And
interesting.
yeah, man, I can't wait. And after this, I mean, maybe he's already even started it, but I mean, he's doing a Star Wars movie as well, isn't he?
I forgot about that. Yeah, he's getting his Disney money, man. Once you're on the Disney payroll, I mean, the money keeps coming in.
There you go.
You know.
Okay, and let's speak about this one. Obviously, we're going to be speaking about Tom Cruise a bit later on, but listen, Mission at the same time as Top Gun being out there,
Hmm.
Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part One. Now, listen, man, this guy is non-stop. These movies
Yeah.
are they're like action, like fight scenes, massive crazy stunts. And in this trailer, Divider, I saw the trailer, and there's no plot details whatsoever. All it is just like a collection of like scenes and bits and stuff and everything, like going on, punching, kicking, jumping, motorbike scene and everything like that. But man, boy, it looks amazing. I can't wait to watch this. I really want to see this in cinema. I can't wait.
Mm. You're right. I can't even say anything more than that. It just looks like a decent
Mm,
movie, and they're doing both of them back to back, part one and part two. So
yeah,
they're filming it at once. So yeah, and then we've got Haley Atwell in this as well. You know, Agent
yep.
Carter looks decent. Yeah.
And the other one, Vanessa Kirby, she was from
Yep.
the one
She's
before as well. So she's
yep.
there. She's kicking ass in
She's
there as
back
well. So
again. Yep.
yeah, she's back again. All right. So
So
folks, if you haven't seen that one, go check it out. Mission Impossible. It's going to be coming. Well, next year is coming out.
yeah.
And this one, The Gray Man, yeah, man, this is decent. I really like these kind of high octane, action
Yeah.
thrillers. You know, so just remind, this is Chris Evans, and this is Brad Pitt.
No, Ryan
No,
Gosling.
sorry, Ryan Gosling. It's Ryan
Yeah.
Gosling and Chris Evans, and
Yep.
they're pitted against each other. So they're two assassins, and
Hmm.
they're out to basically get each other on this moving train.
Yeah, this it looks like a. We mentioned this about a year ago because you know
Yeah.
we always break the news first. We
Okay.
mentioned that the Russo brothers were working on a Netflix show that was sort of involving espionage and
Yeah.
international travel. This is it. So the
Yep.
trailer shows you action. Chris Evans, Ryan Gosling, Anna de Armas is back.
Yeah.
She's involved.
She's
Jessica
great.
Henwick, you know, from Game of Thrones and from Iron Fist is back. Reggae Jean
Yeah,
Page
he's the guy from
from
Bridgerton, isn't he?
Bridgerton, of Wagner Mora. You know, you got Escobar involved.
He's
You
in
got, you know,
Shining. He's in Shining Girls, by the way. He's great.
there you go. And what makes you feel better? What makes you feel good? Then Billy Bob Thornton, he's
Oh wow,
involved.
Billy Bob.
Exactly. So this is written and directed by the Russo brothers, and this looks like a great one for Netflix. So yeah, this
Mm,
trailer, go check it out. Looks good. The
yeah, it
Grey
looks
Man.
great.
I don't know why it's called the Grey Man, but I guess we'll find out.
We'll probably find out. All right, this next one I haven't seen this one, so fill in the gaps for me on this one. This is called Beast.
This one I'll be really quick on this one. This is called Beast, and this one is Idris Elba. And some
Mm,
people say he's a beast because obviously his stature and his
yeah,
skill. This one is coming out. Oh, when's it coming out? It's coming out. I think it's this year. Yeah, it's coming out in August. It's Idris Elba, Sharlto Chopley, South
yeah,
African guy we saw in District 9,
Chappie.
Chappie, just to name a few. This is out in the wilderness, in the jungle. I'm not sure where it is in the jungle. If it's, I don't know if it's Kenya or somewhere. I'm not sure. But basically, he's there with his family, Idris Elba, his two daughters. They're going on a safari. Charlton Chopley, or Shalto Chopley, I think is the guide. He's more of the clever girl kind of man. So, and basically, there's a lion out there that's causing a madness, eating people, not even
Yeah,
eating people, attacking people and not eating them. A bit of a ghost in the darkness kind of
yeah.
situation.
Do you remember that?
And
Yeah,
this trailer looks mad. This lion
yeah.
is causing havoc, and only Idris Elba can stop. There's a bit in the trailer that just looks stupid, and it lasts for about 2 seconds, and it's a clip of Elba fist fighting the lion. He's fist fighting the lion. I'm like, come on, man.
Punching the lion. Oh my gosh.
Oh, fist fighting the lion, yeah. Get out now. So go check it out. You tell us what you think, yeah. So that's called it's
I
called
love that.
Beast. Mm.
Yeah, yeah, man, that sounds good. All right, listen, look, folks, go check all those trailers out and let us know what you think. Please do let us know actually on Instagram what you're looking forward to.
Yep.
and we can mention it on next week's show. So, all right, let's do let's do Anniversary Corner. And this movie is connected to the main movie that we're going to be speaking about. This is from 10 years ago. This is
Yep.
2012. This is Red Tails. And Devout, listen, look, I haven't seen this movie, but I remember the hype and the buzz
Yeah.
surrounding this movie because it's like an important movie. Because, like how you get these World War movies and you get these kind of like, these military movies, and it's always focused on like on white people,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
like it's their story, right?
Yeah.
But this movie is important because it's the was it is it like the first time that they ever showed like an all black cast and about the experience of African American soldiers in the fighting theater or whatever it is.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much, and you're spot on. This story tells a story uh of black pilots, fighter pilots fighting in World War II,
Mm,
and there's lots of segregation in the military, not just America, obviously in the UK as well. But this was a showcase of what people back then had to go through, the challenges they had to go through within the camp, and
yeah,
also the challenges you got to go through against the enemy. So it's a double-edged sword.
yeah,
And this is basically Cuba Gooding Jr. This is David Oyelowo. This is Terrence Howard.
yeah.
Neo is in this, dancing his way
Wow.
through. No, he's not. He's actually acting. Michael B. Jordan is in this. Leslie Odom Jr. is in this. Method Man, Tikal, he's in this.
Wow.
Bryan Cranston is in this. So it's a really good show, directed by a black man as well, Anthony Hemingway.
Mm,
So in front and behind the camera. So yeah, good show. But yeah, this, like you said, it does show what happened, what happens, and the positives of these African American fighter pilots actually
yeah,
doing their job and helping to win the war. So go check it out. It's called Red Tails. 10 years old, 2012. It
yeah,
looks good. It feels good, and it is good. So yeah, check
yeah.
that one
And
out.
it's on Disney Plus actually.
It is on Disney Plus. There you go. Yeah, there you go.
So you can go watch it there. And listen,
Yeah.
look, that fits in nicely with
Mm,
our kind of like, the main movie of this week. And this is Top Gun Maverick. And listen, man, I was supposed to, for homework, I was supposed to go back and watch the original Top Gun movie. And
mhm.
you know what, it just obviously, time got in the way and everything. So I didn't manage to do it. So went out and watched this Friday night. And I was trying to remember all the bits and bobs from that 80s movie. And it is definitely a movie of the time, like,
Oh yeah.
80s, the
Oh
music,
yeah.
the haircuts, the dialogue. Jerry Bruckheimer, man, that guy was making those types of movies. And when the Bruckheimer logo comes up on, when I watched this one, I was like, shit, yeah, man, we're going to be in for a ride
Yeah.
over here.
Yeah.
And so my first initial thoughts were after watching the movie was like, shit, they they actually did a decent job of pulling off a sequel, like, from a movie that came out 36 years ago. And I was really surprised at the way that the Tom Cruise, this guy, man, does he even age? Does this guy age? Devaldo?
I, I only saw Top Gun for the first time a week ago. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie. For the first time I saw it a week
yeah,
ago, didn't really like it because obviously I think you had to be in that time to really enjoy it
exactly.
properly.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
had that feeling. I didn't really get that feeling, but this, I sat in the cinema thinking, and I almost wasn't going to watch it. I thought to myself, the first one was, and I thought, oh,
Snaff.
this,
Yeah,
mate, it was a top film,
yeah. It was
pun
decent.
intended.
Yeah.
The practical effects of the planes, when they're in the cockpit, you feel it. I wish I saw this in 4DX.
Oh
4DX.
yes,
I
with the
saw
with the seat
the
moving.
seat. I wish I saw it in that. I should have paid extra. But this
Mm,
was a good film. I mean,
yeah.
you're right. Tom Cruise. He can actually. He's got a plane license. So there
Yes.
are certain scenes where he is flying the plane, but the military, they did not give him permission to fly one of their planes.
Damn.
He did ask for permission, but they said no. It's too it's too high
Too
level.
dangerous. Yeah.
Exactly. So he did actually get to fly some planes in this, but not the planes that you see him in. So they use camera tricks to really change that around. But
Yeah.
a lot of the actors were able to sit as co-pilots or just sit next to the real
So that they
pilot.
can get their reactions and stuff.
Exactly. This film, do you know what? Hasn't got a real deep plot. The plot
Nah.
is that Tom Cruise has been thereabouts for 35 years as a
Yeah.
captain. He has not progressed his career.
Not been
He's
promoted.
still as he is, no family, no roots. He's been working as a test pilot all these years, and he loves it. Does his job,
Mm.
and then he gets called up, similar to the first one. He gets called up into that room to
Yeah.
go and help or to go and train because he's still being quite insubordinate. He's a maverick. He
Yeah.
doesn't follow the rules. So as punishment, he gets sent away to the Top Gun school to train some of the elite, some of the best pilots that
Yeah.
that the Navy has. He goes there and realizes, that he doesn't really want to be a teacher, but he's got
Mm.
something to give. And one of the students that he's got to teach is the son
So-
of his wingman. What's his
so-
Goose?
Goose. Yeah.
And his son is called Rooster,
Yeah.
and that's just going to cause a lot of friction because he actually, limited Rooster's progress because he was afraid that Rooster wasn't ready, that the same
Yeah.
thing might happen to him that happened to his dad. Meg Ryan, his mum, told Tom Cruise not to do it and
Yeah.
let her son fly. So there's a bit of history, but I think the whole team, by the way, kind of mirrors the students. That team kind of mirrors the 1986 team because you get
Yeah. Defo.
that kind of that chauvinistic kind of
Yeah.
typical American, American blonde
Yeah.
guy, very
Hangman.
arrogant. Yeah,
Hangman was the
hangman.
Val Kilmer guy.
He was arrogant, but he spoke the truth at times, which is
Mm.
sometimes when people are really arrogant and obnoxious and stuff, sometimes you only listen to their delivery. But sometimes
Yeah.
the message and what they say, there is a bit of truth to it because there was
Yeah.
something that happened that, he was just talking about why they didn't succeed and he was
Mm.
telling the truth. But anyway, that
Yeah.
aside, that team, they're very loud, they're very confident. These are the best of the best. They're not going to be shy people, very
Yeah.
confident. We noticed now there's a couple of females in there to
Yeah.
try and,
Notice that
you
they
know,
try and kind of
'cause-
balance it out a bit.
exactly. There were a
People
few
of color
moments
in
in
there
this.
as well.
There you go, trying to, there's a few moments in this
Have
where
to
they're
make
trying
it
to
updated. It.
80s and the 2022, very different times.
Yes.
So, but yeah, I don't want to go on too much, but there was a couple of moments in this. One moment, my favorite two moments. There was one where in the training exercise when they said they couldn't do the job because
And then
that the
yeah,
mission is to blow up a nuclear threat that is located at some I don't know where it is, but
yeah. It's not even
restrict
important.
some restricted place. They've got to blow it up before this bomb is activated, and they train to do it, and no one can do it. And then just before the mission gets almost closed down, Tom Cruise
Maverick.
just jumps in
Yeah.
his plane. Maverick gets in there, does it, and it's wicked. The
Wicked.
sound
And he
where they
does it
go,
in 2 minutes. He does it 2 minutes and 15 seconds as well.
oh, and the way the
It was
technical
good.
aspect of this film.
Yeah.
I'd actually watch it again, but I do want to watch it in
For
4DX.
the X, it would be worth it. No, I'm like you, man. I was so pleasantly surprised about the whole movie because my
Mm,
whole thing was, how are they gonna like take a character and a situation from 1986? Because that was a movie of its time, like completely different era, completely different.
mm,
But they managed to kind of create this other whole movie out of it, and that dynamic between Tom Cruise and Goose's son, like between
mm,
Rooster and everything, that all kind of plays out really, really well. And if you're fans of, I'm like you, I'm not like a huge fan of like the first original '86 movie, but in this movie there are so
yeah,
many shots that mirror the
yeah,
one from
yeah,
like him on
yeah.
the motorbike, like him kissing the girl at the end and everything like that. And it was just, I was like, oh my god, they've kind of captured the essence of the '80s movie, but also delivered it in a for audiences in 2022. Just like you
Yeah.
said, they added in a girl in this as one of the students, people of color in
Mhm.
there as well. And yeah, man, I'm like the action scenes were really good. My only gripe is I reckon they could have shaved off a good 5 or 10 more, maybe about 7 or 8 minutes off of it. There were some bits
Okay.
in there where I was like, okay, maybe but on the whole, had a really good time. I was like, on the edge of my seat because I was like, shit, how are they going to get away? Um, and I recall back to the thing that you mentioned a while ago. I think you said it. You said Tom Cruise in all his movies, he has to be running, right?
Oh, No one
right?
runs like him. He runs in a way that it looks like he's going so fast. He's got it down to a T.
And
Trust
then
me.
in my head, I was thinking, right, how are they going to get him to do any running over here? And then there's the whole beach scene where,
Yeah,
like, they're kind of like they're mucking around on the beach, and, like, he
yeah.
does the running on there as well. And I was like, yep, there you go. There's the money
Hmm.
shot. He's doing his running
Yeah.
thing. But listen, this
And the
movie was
music as
made.
well.
The
That even at the
music
start of the film, they had the music from the 80s.
and
Yeah,
that bit, how
and
it all started off.
the font was the same as
Yes,
well. The music actually, Hans Zimmer, Lady Gaga were involved in the music.
yes,
I
yeah.
was
I saw
surprised. I was
that.
like, Lady Gaga, what's she doing there? But yeah,
Yeah.
Hans Zimmer, he no longer does superhero movies. He's sticking to,
Nope.
his classical stuff. But I mean, I think they captured also because people forget flying these planes isn't just getting in and kind of
The
thing. It's not as simple as
G's.
that. The G's, you got a G force is when the body goes at such a speed against the force of gravity that
Yeah,
it kind of it maximizes or it increases the force that your body feels against gravity.
yeah.
So they mentioned at a time where they're going up. If you're going up against the force of gravity at such a speed, the
Mad.
force of gravity is going to be increased on you. So you yourself will feel like you
Yeah.
weigh 10 times heavier.
And he
That's
mentions it.
just
He
how,
says it.
yeah. And then going Mach, whatever, Mach 1, Mach 2, I think at the start he tried to get to Mach 10.
Yeah.
I think, and Mach, again, that's a term that they use in aeronautical, like, speeds and stuff,
Yeah.
traveling at twice the speed of sound.
Sound.
Now, traveling at the speed of sound in itself, the speed of sound is 350 odd meters per second, and that's why you'll notice if you're far away from something and someone down the road or just like a few meters away from you, a few hundred meters, if they knock on something, you'll visually see the knock, but then it'll take a split second for that
Second
sound
for the
to
sound
reach
to
you.
come and reach you.
Sound
Yeah.
is a very physical thing.
Mm.
Sound takes time to reach. It's not like light. Light is almost instantaneous because it's
Yeah.
so fast. But
Yeah.
sound, and think of yourself traveling 350 meters in a second is
Wow.
fast. And if they're able to travel twice the
It's the
sound,
sound of that. That's twice the
twice the
speed of
speed
that.
of Mach 1 is twice the speed of sound. Imagine, imagine getting to Mach 9 or Mach
10.
10.
10.
That's I don't even know what the maths is, but it's fast.
Yes.
It's
And
fast.
then there's this I love the bit, where he's in there, the physical act, the physical, like you
Mm,
mentioned, the physical aspect bit. He was doing the
yeah.
turns and everything, and his face is all getting
Do you know what? And you know what? I think we needed to see that because that's not something
yes.
we understand. We just think
Yeah.
there's kind of thing. No, it's physically
It's
demanding. These people got to
mad.
be fit. Same
Yeah.
like F1 drivers, they got to be fit. You don't
Yep.
see fat F1 drivers, do you?
No,
No.
no, no, no. I think
Mm,
they do. I'm pretty sure, like Lewis Hamilton, like when they're driving their cars doing 200 miles an hour, they've got like a
no.
couple of G's on their body.
Yeah, 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 yeah. They got to be fit people, man.
Yeah,
Honestly.
yeah. It's good. I was really, really surprised about it. And I was thinking to myself, hang on, could they? No, they're not going to do, they can't do another one, can they? Because obviously it's taken 36 years for him to get to this
Mm.
point. But did they
I
leave it
don't think they
open for
should.
another one?
They've left it open enough, yes, but I don't think they should because even Tom
Mm,
Cruise didn't originally want to do this, and even
no.
Val Kilmer, I didn't know he was sick in real life,
Yes, he's got throat
and
cancer, and that was pretty powerful. How they got
did
him
not
into the
know.
movie, and
Mm.
how that all kind of pans out.
I got throat
Um,
cancer. I did not know, and that's why he only spoke for a really short amount of time, and that's why he was texting a lot. They
yes,
actually worked it in very cleverly,
yeah,
very
very clever.
cleverly.
Yeah, yeah, it was really
Mm,
good. And here's the other thing that I just want to say. Tom Cruise, right? Over the last probably say I don't know, last let's say 7 to 10 years, all I've seen him do is Mission Impossible movies, right?
yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't like young Tom Cruise, I think he was a
Mm,
bit more kind of, he took a lot of
versatile.
risk. Yeah, versatile.
Yeah.
He took risks in the type of movies
Yeah,
that he
with
did.
Jerry Maguire, Vanilla Sky, Eyes Wide Shut,
Exactly.
all kinds of stuff. Yeah, you're
He's
right.
done like kind of like loads of. But now I'm just thinking in terms of what, after this whole Mission Impossible stuff, he should go
Mm,
back to doing kind of taking on more roles, different types of
yeah,
roles, man.
I can see him doing. I can see him being a producer. I can see him kind of
Mm,
calming down and doing the odd role
yeah.
here
Well, he
and there.
produced
But
this one.
yeah, I can see him being a real big producer because as soon as his name's attached to anything, I mean, come on, you know what I mean?
Exactly. And this guy, he doesn't do anything by half measures.
No.
You know, he really goes at it, man. And like, you know, he's in his, he's approaching 60, I think.
He's in good shape. He's done well, you know. He's done well. You can't really knock him in that way. He's done well. Like, you know, he has
Yeah,
done well. He's done
exactly.
well.
So listen, go check it out. This is our movie of the week. And
Mm.
yeah, let us know what you think. Hit us up on
Yeah.
Instagram. And yeah, if you liked it, let us know what your best bits were. So that is it for today's episode, folks. We are done. And
Yep.
we'll be back again next week with another brand new episode with some more movies, more movie news.
Hmm.
And yeah, hope to see you there.
Yep. Defo. Peace out.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Just pop in the Flixters Podcast.